Well, good afternoon folks, and welcome to another scenery review. Thanks for joining me. My name's Lee, VirtualAirlinePilot. We are in Russia. We are in Kurumoch, in Samara, in Russia. We're 480 kilometers southeast of Moscow. This is a new scenery product. It's available on Sim Market, created by an organization called Scenery Creation. And this is Kurumoch Airport in Samara in Russia. The scenery is a 1.4 gigabyte download and installs into the community folder of 1.85 gigabytes. It's available, as I said, from Sim Market. Price is currently at the moment it's €18, which equates to $20.42 US, or £15.14 UK, and those prices include tax, VAT, depending on which country you make your purchase in. As you can see, it's a beautiful scenery, another really stunning location. This file is available, version 1.1 is the current version, as I say, available when you log into your Sim Market account having purchased it. There's also a free additional file that you can download, and I'll put up details of that too. It's a modification that adds bits and pieces to the scenery and increases the land area around this airport, and it also does things like adds people inside the terminal. So that additional file is called uwww_mods.zip. It's a 2.5 gigabyte or 2.05 gigabyte file that again installs to the community folder to a size of 2.14 gigabytes. As I said, it adds additional bits and pieces, extends the coverage area of the scenery, as well as adds things like people inside the terminal and so on. So a little history for you to start with. Kurumoch International Airport, Uniform WW Whiskey Whiskey Whiskey, is the international airport of Samara, Russia, located 22 miles or 35 kilometers north of the city of Kurumoch. Besides Samara, the airport serves Tolyatti, the second largest city in the region. The name of the airport originated from the village of Kurumoch, which is 4 miles or 7 kilometers to the southeast. And as you can see in the distance, the famous Volga River that freezes in winter can be seen about 4 miles or 7 kilometers to the southwest of the airport. Kurumoch was used as a hub for Samara Airlines until the airlines went bankrupt. In 2011, Kurumoch was acquired by the largest airport holding and management company in Russia, which is known as the Airport of Regions. Kurumoch International Airport, Uniform Whiskey Whiskey Whiskey, became officially operational in May of 1961 as a domestic airport. The airport is notable for being the largest airport by passenger traffic in the Volga Federal District. In 2017, Kurumoch Airport served over 2.6 million passengers. Over 30 airlines made 12,500 departures to 43 destinations in that year. Some 3,483 tons of cargo was processed at the cargo terminal. As of August 2018, the airport is ranked 13th in Russia by passenger count. The airport was first named Kurumoch Airport, but was later renamed Kubyevshev Airport because Samara's official name from 1935 to 1991 was Kubyevshev. Hope I've pronounced that correctly. The airport did not have a domestic or international passenger status because the initial purpose of the airport was for military practices and cargo imports-exports. On 27th of February 1961, the first commercial flight from Kubyevshev Airport to Sheremetyevo Airport in Moscow was operated. In May 1961, Kubyevshev Airport gained domestic passenger status and had its first daily flight service to Mineral Vody, which is the gateway to the Caucasian mineral waters region. That same year, the airport was granted flights to Leningrad, St. Petersburg, Tashkent and Adler. Construction continued between 1965 and 1970 with a new maintenance hangar, baggage claim facility, 5-story hotel, second runway, and new oil storage bunkers added to the airport's infrastructure. 1970, approximately 700,000 passengers and 27 tons of cargo passed through the airport. By 1971, all the facilities and expansions were completed. 1972, construction on a training centre for flight engineers was completed. That same year, after endurance tests were completed, the second runway was exploited for commercial use. Between 1981 and 1990, the airport underwent 2 indoor reconstructions. The second one, in 1989, was for the purpose of creating 2 different lounge areas. After the fall of the Soviet Union, the 2 areas became airport's domestic departure zone. A new flight catering facility was constructed. The facility demanded a large quantity of electricity for the freezers and conveyor belts, and thus a much stronger transmission tower cable system was run to the airport. This also improved the living conditions of the village of Kurumoch nearby, when the cable ran through. 1990, the airport reached its passenger traffic peak of nearly 3.7 million passengers. 1992, after meeting with the ICAO requirements, Kurumoch Airport was granted international status. In 1993, construction of a new international terminal was completed, which is still in use today as the main and only operational terminal. In May of 2002, the airport was renamed to Kurumoch International Airport. The previous name was dismissed because of its ties with the Soviet Union, and today the airport consists of 2 runways, 1 cargo terminal, a VIP terminal, departure and arrivals, and 2 airport facilities. Kurumoch has 50 parking slots for various types of aircraft. The airport can handle 19 aircraft at any particular time. Terminal A is the most widely used facility of the entire airport. You can see it in front of you. Terminal A finished construction in 1993 but underwent major renovations in 1998 and 2004. The building is 11,340 square meters and consists of 3 floors, the underground floor, floor 1 and floor 2. Main terminal serves as a departure for international and domestic flights, including baggage handling for departure flights, and as an air traffic control tower. The business terminal was built in 2004, offers private check-in desks and a lounge area with standard entertainment systems. Kurumoch also offers all business class personnel a ride to their aircraft by separate buses. Runways. The airport has 2 runways. Runway 1533 is 9,846 feet long, or 3,001 meters, and is made of concrete, although to be honest, in the scenery there it looks like asphalt. We'll get to the other one in a minute. Runway 15 has high intensity runway lighting system version 2, which as you can see has the strobes attached onto the approach there. Also has centerline lighting, touchdown zone lighting and precision approach path indicators. Now this runway is also Category 3A certified. Runway 33 also has high intensity runway lighting system, but this should be the standard one, but as you can see they've added the version 2 with the strobes going in, which I'm not complaining about, but it's not on the charts. It also has centerline lighting and precision approach path indicators. You can see them to the side there. Runway 2305 is 8,360 feet long, or 2,548 meters, and according to this is made of asphalt, but to me that looks like concrete. The information, the research I can find says that the main runway, which we've just looked at, 1533, is concrete, and the smaller runway, which isn't used very much, 2305, is the asphalt one. So they may have just got it the wrong way round. Runway 05 and 23 both have high intensity runway lighting system version 1, but again as you can see version 2 with the strobes has been added. It also has centerline lighting and precision approach path indicators, so that's correct. So as I said, runway 1533 is the main longer runway, being the one which is almost always in use. All 4 runway ends are ILS equipped, but runway 15 is the only one certified to Cat 3 operations. So there you are folks, a little bit of history of this airport located in Russia. Plenty of flights go in and out of it. As you can see, it's another really well designed airport set in a beautiful location. And anyway, let's get really down close and have a look at what this airport is like close up. So we begin by having a look at this in the far southwestern area of the airfield here. You've got the fuel farm. As you can see, quite a bit of detail here. It's just a nice little area, but it goes on to show that they've included this, which was added during the development of the airport. So this place is pretty huge, so let's start by a run along the tarmac here and have a look at the buildings. There you've got the fire station to the left there, nicely coloured. Private area there, jets. The tarmac is really interestingly done, the concrete. Lots of stairs, bits and pieces on the ground here. It's really nicely detailed. And by the way, I made a mistake earlier. This is the main terminal area with the control tower on top that's mainly used. Further down you've got the larger, newer building with the docking jetways, which we'll also look at in a moment. So again, touring across the ramp, heading northeast rather. There you can see the cargo place on the left there. Very nicely done with lots of vehicles and bits and pieces. The bus is there. And here now we're starting to come towards the newer terminal. I'm not sure if the jetways work the way they should, but they look pretty realistic. Nicely done. Lots of ground clutter, very nice. So let's just have a little run landside and have a look at the terminal landside. So as you can see, very nice detail done here. Remember that with the modification that's added, you get people inside the terminal and you can see through the doors there. And of course you've got the name of the airport both in English characters and in Russian ones as well. Nice little car park there, a couple of cars in it. Again, everything nicely detailed, very crisp and clear. There's even a sign there sitting up above that other car park. So just a quick look inside from landside so you can see the clarity, all glass terminal there, people inside. Little seating area outside there. Quite a stunning design for the way the terminal's been built, as you can see there. So our first look inside. The design is amazing, very nice. It's an incredible place. They've done both the designers have done a great job in designing the terminal and the interior, and the people creating the scenery have done an equally good job in reflecting that speciality of the design. And here you've got the check-in desk with the people there, check-in agents behind the desk, and the signs above them, which are pretty clear. So we get a bit closer there and you can see the signs are still pretty clear. Very well done to the team. Beautiful, just beautiful the way it looks. And here you can see the upper floor where people are relaxing on the landside area. Right, so the interesting thing is you can see inside that the airside part of the terminal certainly here hasn't been developed. Beyond the check-in desk it's fairly blank. Maybe something to do with an update in the future. I just think it's just an incredibly nicely designed terminal that it obviously really is crying out to be completed. Okay, so I thought I'd have a quick look from airside, and you can see actually they have done part of it. You've got people, seats, bits and pieces there. So it would appear that just the main block of the inside of the terminal, between the check-in and the airside part here, is the one that hasn't been fully developed yet. But then, to be honest, given the size of this terminal, I can understand why. So here's a look at the airside bit, the top level. Really nicely done. The addition of the people and the seating and everything really makes this come to life a little bit more, so I would recommend the mod. even though perhaps it's about 2 gig, but it does seem to add a lot around the airport, certainly. So we've come down to ground level, and you can see again at the airside part they've developed this a little bit. Some really stunning artwork on the wall there. And again you can see little touches of detail, fire extinguishers here, the entrance to this jetway. We'll have a look inside actually, see if that's how that's been done, if anything. So here's the jetway corridor that we're looking at from outside, and again it's been developed, it looks really nice. Especially we go down to the final jetway itself and see what there is. But a lovely view to the outside there, airside, from within the glass of this jetway pier, I think is what best describes it, with the jetway at the end of it. As you can see, the jetway itself inside is not been developed. However, just look at the detail. You've got the power unit, the conditioning fan at the bottom with the wheels. Beautiful detail here. And just another look there at the jetway as itself, just wonderfully crafted, very, very nicely done. And there's a good example of the terminal looking across there. And another jetway there, and again lots of really nicely detail added. The cones, the fire equipment and extinguisher, engineer stairs, just really nicely done. And here you've got signs on the roads. Airside roads are nice and crisp and clear. Very impressed with it. And there's a little overview of the newer terminal and how it looks from above. So let's go and have a look at the main use terminal. So this is what's known as the main use terminal. To be honest, I don't know how accurate the descriptions are, because obviously you've got jetways and everything for major aircraft at the other terminal there, plus passengers in it, and yet the research I've done describes this as the main use. It could be the fact that it's post-COVID, I don't know. Okay, so no inside development, but to be honest, it's ripe to be developed should it be necessary. They've got everything they need here. So here's the same thing looking from the landside area. Multi-storey car park over there, they've got a bus, but they've not really developed the roads leading into this terminal, which kind of leads me to believe that it's probably the other one that's the main one in use. As we've said, multi-storey car park there, full of cars, perfectly good. Here's the business terminal for VIPs and bits and pieces like that. No, again, no development inside, but potentially ripe for it. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So inside the control tower, just looking at the lower level, no development there. And again, looking inside of the upper level of the control tower, no development there either. But from the outside looks really nice. So here you can see the snow base, you've got the snow clearing vehicles, some stairs, other bits and pieces, car park in the background there, and a massive hangar. So a quick look inside that big hangar, shall we? Okay, again, no development inside, and no roof or anything at all, so it's just a facade for you to see outside. But it does look impressive. So looking at the fire station, here you can see fire trucks inside. Little bit of development inside the fire station, which is nice. And there you are inside of the fire station, just looking outside, and they've developed this quite nicely, very simply but quite nicely. Fire equipment over in the corner, cupboards, bits and pieces, very nice. So this is interesting, perhaps a little unusual. We're inside the fire station tower. They've developed it slightly, and we've got a TV screen there with an X-ray image, usually from a security check, something I'm very familiar with. Quite what that image is doing inside a fireman's control tower, I don't know. However, it's been done, and there we go. There's the tower from the outside, and in the other direction. Very nice indeed. So there you are, folks. As you can see, it's a lovely airport. Lots of work gone into this product. Lots of buildings, bits and pieces. The detail's really good. Not all of it's been done, but that's fine. It's for the price, it's really, really good, I think. We'll talk more about that later. As you can see, with the modification, there's a lot more available around the outside of the airport, and of course you've got the interns, and you've got the insides of the big terminal developed as well, which is excellent. So let's bring the lighting down and have a look and see what this looks like at dusk. Okay, just after 4:30 in the afternoon local time here, just about sort of dusk, and as you can see the lights are just beginning to come on. Lighting looks quite nice. We don't have any green centerline lighting that I can see at the moment, but we have blue airfield edge lights, which are important. The secondary runway that's not used that much, which I think should be asphalt but is showing us concrete, runway 2305 here, is well defined with lighting all the way around it. We'll have a look at the runway lighting in a minute. So looking a bit closely to the terminal here, you can see very nice delicate lighting, and one of the things I like about a good scenery is they put up light stanchions, and those stanchions tend to make sure that they light the area that they're actually looking at. So in other words, this light, the source should come from where it's coming from, which is here. So there's the things I really like, and the same here. So the light stanchions are excellent. Let's go a little closer to the big terminal. As you can see, it looks really, really nice. Many airports come to life in Flight Simulator in these conditions. We'll have a little traverse airside first. So here you can see some really nicely subtle lighting there on this terminal, and again you can see inside the upper floors of there. Stands are nicely lit, no problems. You're not going to have any problems at all parking here at the moment. We'll have a look at night time shortly. Just a little look towards the sunset there, and I think that having the lights on the end of the jetway here is a nice touch. You can see the reflections in the ground, beautifully done. So we have a look at the terminal, going to landside first. Okay, we still have these little orbs, floating orbs in the scenery, but as I've said in other reviews, they're common to many parts of Flight Simulator by Asobo. And looking inside the terminal, beautifully lit as you can see. And again we have these lights on the stanchions, and they seem to be lighting up the correct areas. So kudos to the designers for doing that. Lighting looks really good in many, many sceneries, but often the light sources are strange to try and locate. But no problems with this one. Just a little look across there from a landside point of view, and again, like the way the stanchions are actually lighting up the areas they're built for, which is excellent. Coming up to the sign there by the car park, again it's lit, looks nice. And this is the new larder. If any of you here in the UK have watched that TV program called Car Crash TV, you'll know that the larder has a fearsome reputation for accidents in Russia. But anyway, I digress. Just a look at the lighting landside generally, as you can see, looks quite nice. The building's partially lit here. Lots of nice lighting across here that makes this effect look really good. Cargo terminal pleasantly lit there. And there you can see the other terminal with a control tower built in that has some lighting both reflecting on it. Obviously what they've done is they've added the illusion on the outside of activity and lighting within the building, which looks good. And the business terminal is partially lit. This I believe is one of the hotels. Again, you've got the illusion of things going on inside with the lighting there, very pleasant. And the whole thing looks very scenic, very, very nice. And as you can see there, looking at the airport terminal and the ramp from landside, very pleasant indeed. It's a lovely sight. So let's bring the lighting down to night time and have a look and see what we can see. So here we are, just after 7 PM, and the night time is well sort of established. You can see some cars down there to the left, which looks nice. Lighting has gone up a bit, which is what I would expect when you get to this time of the day. And there's looking across the other part of the airport there, and you've got the blue airfield edge lights that are visible too. So let's have a closer look at the tarmac and the ramp in the darkness here. So just looking at the small terminal that they say is the main one, here you can see the lighting really has gone up a step, which is good. We've got the blue airfield edge lights, so you can see the taxiways are fairly well designed or defined, even though they don't have any green centerline lights. Buildings are nicely lit, beautifully done. The big hangar at the end there looks good. And you look to the left, you can see the other runway 0523 is also lit. And while we're here, nice look at some of the airport signage. That's really nice. It's got on the stanchion there, reflects into the grass, which is a nice touch, and the signage is clear. There's the runway signs for 2305. Again, the red glow is reflected in the grass, which I think is a nice touch, and you can see the helicopter touchdown point there. So a quick look at the big terminal here in the darkness. As you can see, the lighting has also gone up a stage. Plenty of lighting, all in the right places, everything nicely lit. And again, you can see inside the terminal the bits that have been developed there. Very, very good indeed. This is a nice scenery. And just a view in the other direction there. And looking towards the threshold of runway 15. Which we will now go and have a look at the lighting on the runway itself. Now this is interesting. You look at the taxiways leading from the ramp there, specifically this one. You've got no green centerline lighting at all. However, when you get onto the main taxiway you have, which is excellent. That's very well done indeed. And here we are on the looking at the threshold of the main runway. Centerline lighting leading all the way up to onto the threshold itself. So a close-up look at runway 15. This is the category 3A certified runway. As you can see, you've got the PAPIs. Here's the touchdown zone lighting. And again, the green centerline lighting goes right onto the runway, which is excellent. Runway end identifier lights. And as you can see, if we pull back, you've got the high intensity runway lighting system version 2 with the approach strobes going into the runway. And again, kudos to the developers. Here we are, runway 33, which has the precision approach path indicators, the runway end identifier lights. This one doesn't have centerline, doesn't have touchdown zone lighting, which is correct. They haven't got it installed there, but it does have centerline lighting, which it shows there. The only difference is here, of course, they have, and on the chart, they have high intensity runway lighting system version 1, which doesn't have the strobes. But they put the strobes in here, and to be honest, I'm not complaining at all. Anything that makes it easier to land, that's cool, and we're talking about a minor glitch. I should mention that chart details I've taken straight from Navigraph, and the charts supposedly are fairly up to date. That may not be the case at the real airport. So now we're looking at the threshold of runway 23. This is the other runway that's supposed to be asphalt but actually looks like concrete. It'd be nice to know if they actually got that the wrong way round, or maybe it's just me, I'm not sure. So runway 23, We have the identifier end lights here. According to the chart, it has centerline lighting and precision approach path indicators. We've got the PAPIs, but no centerline lighting. Let's pull back and have a look and see if it has H intensity runway lighting system. It's supposed to have. And yes, it does. Again, what they've done is they've added version 2 with the strobes. And just while we're here, you can see you've got little bits and pieces here added around the runway configuration here, which all makes it look really nice. So that takes care of the runways and the taxiways. To be honest, it looks really good. So I just wanted to look at the airport from a much higher elevation at night. As you can see, road lines are there, the airport's well defined, and the surrounding area certainly looks worth exploring. And there we're looking towards the Volga River, and you've got the town of Samara, or Kurumoch as well, the village nearby. The whole place looks stunning, certainly worth a look. So a quick look at dawn. Let's see what it looks like at dawn. So here we are just before 8 AM local time, and you can see the Volga River in the distance there. Airport lighting is still just about there, which is good. And looking towards the southeast there with the Volga River in the distance. And let's bring the lighting up a little bit more. And here we are some 30 minutes later, now getting close to 8:30 local time. You can see the lighting has disappeared now, but the airport is bathed in a lovely glow. There's the VOR station literally right there. Again, looking towards the threshold runway 33, and you can see the Volga River in the distance. So there you are, folks. It's the airport of Kurumoch in Samara in Russia. It's located about 480 kilometers southeast of Moscow. Scenery for Flight Simulator 2020 developed by an organisation called Scenery Creation. I'll put up the install and download details. So when you buy this, if and when you buy this at Sim Market, you go into your account, you'll also get a README file which has a link to a Dropbox, which will give you another 2 gig file called uniform www_mods zip, which adds bits and pieces to this airport to enhance it still further, particularly the outer area, outlying regions of the airport, and also adds people and things inside the terminals. What do I think? It's lovely. Nice to see airports for Russia being developed, particularly certainly little obscure ones like this. But we now have Moscow Sheremetyevo, I probably pronounced that wrong. I'd like to see Domodedovo, the other Russian airport, developed. You also have Sochi. Now you've got Samara, and there are 1 or 2 other airports as well in Russia that are about, which is great. Really, really nice to see. So as I said, over 30 airlines go into here, so there's scope for you to go in and enjoy this. I think the scenery is really good. The price is perfect, I think, especially with the mod, access to the mod to add bits and pieces. There is development to do here if the creators wish to do so, and to turn it into something really special. But yeah, look out for a video, because I'm going to fly into this place. Ural Airlines operates in here, and there are some other flights from Moscow and various parts that operate into here. So thanks for joining me for this review. Hope you've enjoyed it. I think it's a lovely airport, yet another wonderful addition to our new simulator, which is reaching new heights every day. Kudos to the developers for mostly getting the runway lighting system correct, with 1 or 2 minor issues. You should have version 1.1 of this scenery, which is the latest version in the download, where he's corrected the instrument landing system. But yeah, I like it. Price is good, airport's well developed in a lovely location. It's Russia, part of the world that's sadly not often looked at in the simulated world, and great to see it. So this is Lee, Virtual Airline Pilot, once again saying thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. So take care and bye for now. Have a great weekend.